A few weeks ago, we showed you guys the first sample of our soon-to-launch Fyro Levo travel backpack. And now we're gonna run you through the newest sample. Guys, a bit smaller. We went from 35 liters to 30 liters. Does that mean we're only launching one size? What changes did we actually make? Is the bag still on track to be launched soon? We're gonna answer all those questions in this video. And if you want a deeper behind-the-scenes look at this process of us building bags, be sure to join the Fyro Insider Newsletter. First link below. Let's talk to Levo. So the design brief for the Levo is pretty simple. We wanna make the world's ultimate lightweight urban travel bag. That means we gotta keep it light, sexy as fuck, while also having an emphasis on extreme comfort and tech protection. So the 35-liter version came in weighing 2.6 pounds, which is a bit too heavy for sort of where we were trying to hit. So we cut a lot of things, and I'm gonna run you through all those and let you know the new weight of the 30-liter version. Now the first thing to note is on the new sample, we're using a standard gray lining, and this is not going to be the lining of the bag moving forward. We just ran out of the signature copper lining that we use on all Fyro bags, so we had to use whatever we had in stock. But as you can see, we simplified this front admin compartment, going from 7 pockets to only 4 pockets on the new version. I thought about keeping this pocket here, but it didn't make sense without a zipper. We're trying to cut zippers because zippers are heavy. The whole goal of this bag is to make it as lightweight as possible. For the main compartment, we kept this pocket here, but again, cut the zipper. This is gonna be the new vault-esque pocket. Not gonna be as like super secret as the vault pocket on the T22 backpack. But again, it'll serve the purpose of just being your little stash area for your credit card, cash, and passport at your Airbnb or hotel when you get to your destination. But I wanna secure this with a magnet just to make it a little more flush, maybe a little bit more hidden. Everything stayed the same on the front flap of the main compartment, power mesh pocket on top, and a lining pocket directly below it. On the back panel, we added a little hanging loop right here. This was a must add from all the community feedback, and I totally agree. It's a crucial feature for when you're in the airport or at like a new location, and the bathroom floor is just disgusting, and you don't want to leave the bag there. Hang it up, these loops must have. So thank you to everyone in the community who suggested that. And on the previous sample, we had 2 hidden back wallet pockets. Now we just have 1. Again, these are tough choices, right? At the end of the day, it'd be nice to have 2 pockets here and 6 pockets there, but the whole goal of this bag is like cutthroat essentialism, to get that weight as low as possible. We also upgraded the sternum strap attachment method, going from this little clip thing, which is kind of annoying, to a rail system, which is significantly easier to move up and down. Very stoked about that. And then finally, let's talk about the laptop compartment. We cut the tablet sleeve. As you can see here, no tablet sleeve. And we also changed the way that the laptop tech pocket here is attached to the tech sleeve. Previously, it was done via Velcro, but now it's being done via magnets, and I don't like either. And the reason being, the Velcro approach works. As you can see right here, it keeps the pocket divided, therefore keeping whatever's in the main compartment just in the main compartment. But Velcro, expensive bags, it doesn't always feel like it's in line with the price point. Velcro does not feel premium. Magnets do. But unfortunately, on the flip side, these magnets just won't stay in place. Like, you know, this bag's gonna be fully packed out. So the magnets are like getting pulled out and this pocket is just not working. Now, props to our bag me development team. They're trying different concepts. We have a couple different ideas in mind. We might have to end up going back to Velcro, possibly implementing some sort of hardware. Because at the end of the day, the goal is this, right? Laptop here, this tablet sleeve's gone, but you want this to stay very cleanly divided. As you can see in the main compartment, again, all this stuff in here won't interfere with your access here. And if you're thinking to yourself, Aaron, just stitch it. I thought the same thing, but our development team said that is utterly impossible. Just the way the bag is constructed, there's no way to stitch it. It's gotta be hardware, magnets, Velcro, black magic. I don't know what the answer is, but it's kind of the last point that we have to situate with these bags because everything else is basically done. These bags are 98% ready. And I'm so stoked about it. But let's talk about the most interesting thing of this, and I'm just gonna kind of like bring you into my mind, the decision maker of the Fyro brand, and that's the size, the volume, and the weight of these bags. Now you might be wondering, are we abandoning the 35, 36 liter for the smaller 30 liter? And the answer to that question is no. Our goal is to hopefully launch with both. We sent out a survey to our community via the Fyro Insider Newsletter. Again, you can sign up with the first link in the description if you want to vote on future surveys. And we asked what size y'all want, and the preference is very clear. 35, 36 liters was the number 1 option, and then around 30 liters was the number 2 option. But let's kind of deep dive into sizes. And for the dimensions, the 30 liter is around 19 inches tall. The back panel width is about 13 inches, and the main compartment has a depth of around 8 inches. Now, if you math that up, that ends up being around 33 liters. But I'm gonna measure it now so you can see why we think it's closer to 29 or 30. Now the way that I prefer to measure is by loading up the main compartment and then the other pockets from there. Each one of these scoops is around just under 2.5 liters. So the goal is not to overstuff it, but you want to, get an idea of the full volume. So you can see that's pretty fully packed up without like trying to overstuff the bag. And plus, we don't want to overpack it because we also want to test out this front pocket. Come back. Okay, there we go. This front pocket's a little bit more difficult to measure. Cool. So you can see right here, we're basically full on the front compartment as well. Again, not overstuffing it, but yeah, we got balls distributed all around. Now this is where the whole volume measurement system is a bit more of an art than a science, right? Because now everything that's packed in the main compartment is pushing against the laptop compartment. So I think this will give us a pretty accurate idea of the volume. Starting with the main compartment. Oh! This is harder than it looks. I think we lost about 1 liter. All right, so as you saw, we lost a couple of balls in the process. I'd say about 1 liter's worth, but still for the main compartment, we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We can call that maybe 26 liters. We didn't empty the front compartment yet. All right. Okay. So this is again why volume measurements are a bit more of a art than a science. I did this like twice yesterday and I was getting closer to like 28, 29, but now it's coming in at 30. So if you add the water bottle holder and the back pocket, both which I measured yesterday around 1/2 liter, I think we're definitely safe to say this is a 30-liter bag. So while we nailed the size though, the weight's not quite where I wanted it to be. And there's one reason why. And that's this new lining that we're testing out on the back panel, shoulder straps, and laptop compartment, which is called Neoprene. And it is insanely lush. If you have the Fyro T22, it's kind of like the double bonded Lycra that we're using in all the same locations, but better. But it's heavier, so much so that now our 30 liter is 2.5 pounds. Which remember, the 36 liter was 2.6 pounds. And we cut zippers, pockets, features. But on the flip side, this Neoprene, I've never felt anything like this in terms of how fucking lush it is. Our media manager, Margaret, put this on the other day to test it out and she literally almost shit her pants. We obviously, for no imagination, have every bag in the world that we can test and try out, and like there's just something different about this. So this is where like difficult decisions have to be made. Is the extra lushness of the Neoprene for the shoulder straps to give you a comfort experience unlike anything you ever felt before worth it in regards to the trade-off of the weight? Because granted, a 30-liter backpack coming in at 2.5 pounds, that's still a pretty impressive ratio as far as I'm concerned. But we could probably get that down even a little bit more. And these are just all the decisions that have to be made. Where does the cutthroat essentialism for this bag begin and where does it end? So this is where I need your help. Do you guys think you prefer a lighter bag with a really comfortable experience, or a slightly heavier bag with an insanely lush experience unlike anything you've ever felt before with a travel bag? Let me know in the comments below. This is really important and your thoughts on this really matter a lot. Now for moving forward, guys, this is it. Like this bag is basically done. We got those couple tweaks to make. We got to decide a couple fabric choices and really perfect that laptop compartment connection. But I think we're gonna knock that out of the park pretty fast, which means that it's almost time to go to production. It's crazy. It's almost been 1 year to the day that we started the process of building this travel bag. From the idea to the design brief, to the sketches, to the designs, to the mock-ups, to the sampling, to where we are now. I'm really proud and so fucking stoked about the progress we made. So now we move into the golden sample, which is where we get the last tidbits all finalized and have a perfect Fyro Levo travel bag that we then hand to the factory and say, make 1,000 of these, please, or however many we end up ordering. So as always, guys, let me know your comments below. And if you want that deeper behind the scenes look at this process and to access future surveys for the Fyro Levo bag and the sling that we're making, updates for this guy coming soon as well, be sure to sign up for the Fyro Insider Newsletter. First link right down there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aaron, and we'll catch you guys next time.